Hey everybody, we'll take a look at Final Fantasy Anthology for the PlayStation 1. See up top it says this is the collector's package. I believe all of them say that. There's not a standard version and then a collector's package version. But there's a greatest hits version. There's going to be 2 discs inside. And a little dirty on the bottom there. And the back's a little scratched up too. So as you can tell, it is used. Go ahead and check it out. So this is Final Fantasy Anthology, and it includes Final Fantasy V and Final Fantasy VI. Focus better. So learn from the past. 2 complete classic RPGs in 1 collection. Contains Final Fantasy V, never before released in the US, and Final Fantasy VI. 2 different adventures, each with epic storylines, 30 plus hours of gameplay, memorable characters, plus entirely new CG cinemas unique to this collection. See the origins of Hot, features later seen in Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII, including summoning magic, the active time battle system, mini quests, and more. Countless weapons, items, magic spells, and special skills allow for incredible gameplay, depth, and strategy. Contains bonus music CD featuring favorite scores from both games. So each of them are 1 or 2 players, and they take that much blocks of memory. It's rated teen, mild animated violence, comic mischief. Here's a couple scenes from the games. So again, with these used games, I can't ever guarantee that they're complete unless I say so. This one I think it is, but there could have been an insert or something. I'm not sure what. Before I take this disc out, I'll get a little better look at it. It's kind of nice. A little tough to see the artwork, but pretty cool. Your black-backed disc, as most or all of them are. So over here we got the instruction manual. Take a look at that later. It's pretty thick. That's like concave, it's not sticking out. So they lied to us here. We have an extra disc included for your surprise. So there's, I didn't say the first time, but this one's Final Fantasy V, the other one was Final Fantasy IV. They're each separate discs. Might be able to make out the artwork on there. You can certainly see the artwork there. Pretty cool. So I said it was 2 discs on the side, but we just found a secret disc. Pleasant surprise. To be complete. Music disc. So we did notice that on the back, it just only said 2 discs on the side. It said that this was included. So music from Final Fantasy V and VI video games. That's all there. Get on to this beast of a manual. Has to cover each of the games. And a better view. Unsurprisingly, it's in color. So we're going to start with Final Fantasy V, and it looks like this goes up to maybe 24 pages, and then we'll end at 61 pages. Prologue there. So you've seen the reference to Final Fantasy VIII. It came out a little later in the life cycle of the PlayStation 1, but it still has the older style, not the PS1 mini, the mini one. I'll zoom up if there's something worthwhile. Like this dude. Most of it's just your standard game information. You can just kind of see how they laid it out, though. A lot of information, which is nice. So some of the status abnormalities, jobs, abilities. So this is pretty nice. Looks like a pretty comprehensive list of job and abilities. Got the knight, the monk, the thief, lancer, ninja. All sorts of guys. Samurai, berserker, hunter, sorcerer, white mage, black mage. Over here, time mage, summoner, blue mage, red mage. And we're still continuing, which is pretty cool. Trainer first. Chemist, geomancer, bard, dancer, mime, bear, no job. I'm trying to read all this through the camera sometimes, as I always do. Sometimes it's difficult to see the words, especially if I'm not focused. Now we're on to Final Fantasy VI. I feel like I've called this Final Fantasy IV a couple times, but it is certainly Final Fantasy VI. And here's the registration card. So even this thing, pretty nice. Maybe it encourages people to fill it out. Well, unless you're a collector, you want to leave it in there. Almost always they include these cards stapled inside. Once in a while you'll find them packaged inside the case. Of course, you can't usually fit much inserts inside a jewel case. So I don't know how much PlayStation 1 games we'll look at in my collection so far. Because most of them just contain a thin manual and one disc. Appears to be a very similar layout. Special character commands. You guys enjoying the quietness now? Almost done now. Looks like we're onto the music, so there's all the tracks. Hold it there for a second. For some reason there's a space between 9 and 10. Haven't figured that out yet. As I was saying, it says it's the collector's package. I think they all are collector's packages, but looks like includes that disc there that we seen. Contains a bonus music CD. I think that would be the collector's part of it. May have been a little bit additional material in the manual. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.